Ooh. There's some people, so let's start. This is December the 4th in 2024. This is the CAPV provider vSphere community meeting. We're following the code of conduct, so yeah, please be nice to each other and yeah, feel free to use the resends feature. Yeah, getting to the agenda, feel free to add yourself to the attendees list and we're gonna get going. And feel free to add, of course, topics to the document. News or updates. Thanks Fabrizio for adding. So we did cut an RC0 last week based on cluster API RC0. We will cut RC1 later today based on CAPI RC1 plus one or two commits because we're adding another end-to-end test for node drain. And next week, the plan is to have the GA release of 1.12, if I'm not wrong. So I guess that's it for that point. Fabrizio, if you have something else, feel free to add.
Just that we also created the release 112 branch. And now, so if you want to add a change to 112, we have to cherry pick. Otherwise, any change at the merge on main is going to be in 113.
Yep, that's a good call out. Thanks. If there are no more points to add, we could switch over to the topics of discussion. Neil, I don't know if I copied by accident your point over or you added it yourself. Feel free to take it away.
Yep, I just updated it. Thank you everyone for giving me some feedback last week. I got some good comments about updating the E2E. I was using, I guess, the more in-depth test, and now I'm using the quick start test. So everything's looking pretty good there. I've got all the other changes in from the feature perspective, and I think it's at a point where it's pretty solid. I'm going to probably open it again one more time for another round of reviews and see if we can now get it moving. So far, I haven't seen any suggestions on changes to the actual API syntax, which is good because I'm trying to solidify the OpenShift, the machine API variant that kind of is based off of this to also match. So this is pretty good because once we get this merged, then I'll be able to update the OpenShift to start including it for the 4.19 release. And that's kind of what we're just starting. So this is a good time to start getting that in so we can pull it in. And that's pretty much it for me. Thank you everybody again, once again for all that feedback.
Sounds very good. So from my side, I can say I was starting to look into it today and we'll leave you a review again, of course.
Thank you.
Yeah. If anyone else wants to engage on that one, feel free to take a look at that per request. It's about adding on-demand disks to virtual machines by the virtual vSphere machine object. Okie doke. I think with that, we could go further in the agenda. There are no more agenda points, so are there any ad hoc topics people want to discuss or talk about? It's the best chance now. And thanks for having so much people here. That's a lot today. Not, we could maybe get some minutes back, maybe once, twice.
Just one
Yeah.
note, Christian. So we are wrapping up 112 release. In cluster in CAPV, we usually do not have a release calendar, but what is happening since a couple of releases now is that CAPV calendar basically mirrors the CAPI calendar, and so I will link a PR for the CAPI calendar that drives to the next release in May. and folks can eventually comment for the CAPV point of view. But yeah, the TLDR is that we are going to have a release, the next release in April, which is right before or after when Kubernetes 1.34 will be released. So that's it.
Good point. Yeah, and we usually release CAPV after the .1 patch release of CAPI because we want to also have the Kubernetes version support in there, which CAPI always adds in the .1 patch release. Okie doke. With that, I'd say thanks everyone for joining. We're there in the chat if there's something, of course. Yeah, have a nice day. Thanks, folks.